Yo, yo, yo. It's 𝗂𝗵𝗘, how you feeling? God damn, how you feeling? Ooh, boy. Fourth quarter, 2024, man. Here we are. We've pushed through a tumultuous series of events throughout the year. So I'm coming on here to really be as transparent and honest. Just another level of transparency and nobility as I can with y'all, because y'all my family, man. You know, I'm so glad we have this space where we can just openly connect and talk and no judgment. But it's not like Planet Fuckness, though. It's no judgmentization zone. I mean, we going, what the hell was you doing, nigga? You know, but all in all, you know, we're allowed to make decisions that are predicated on our destiny, right? So with that being said, over the past 3 months now, 2.5, 3 months, I have gained, hear me out, I have gained more spirit guides. In layman's terms, I've lost family members. There's been some deaths in the family, but we know we don't see it as that. It's a rebirth, right? And 2 months ago, Zodo, my dog, Zoe, ever since I was in like grade school, middle school, right? We had Zoe as a puppy. We picked her out. It was one of my mom's friends, yeah, brought a big ass cage full of dogs, full of it was a family full of chocolate labs, tiny puppies, and I wanted to choose like 3, right? But my mom was like, we're only gonna choose 1. That's all we need. So my mom and I chose Zoe, and she was almost 15, but she was 14 and a half. Actually about to have a birthday. It's crazy. She's about to have a birthday, turned 15, but she, yeah, it was a situation where she was getting bigger. She had surgery. They, cut her chest, her belly open, and she got bigger, so her body couldn't withhold, or her legs couldn't withhold her body. So it was too much for her. And, she was, limping around the house. And whenever I would come to the house, she'd be in the cage. I let her out and she'd get all excited. She, right? Y'all know, those y'all who've had a dog before, like they're over the ages when they get older and a little bit more ancient, their bark has less spark, right? And it's like she emitted the loudest bark that she could to me whenever she seen me, until, it was just, right? But yeah, Zodo, she transcended, man. She went on to the other side, and she lived a happy life, I'm sure some of y'all may think or may ask, like, JB, did you cry? No, I didn't. And I asked myself, because I talk to myself a lot. I'm out in nature, going for walks. I love being by bodies of water. So whenever I'm in that realm, like in nature, more connected to source, around trees and all the elements, right? I asked myself, like, am I out of touch? Am I out of touch with my emotions? Am I out of touch with reality, whatever that is, right? Because I didn't shed a tear. But am I sad? And does sadness equate to shedding tears? Because some people will shed tears and not even be sad. It's just a front. It's just because you're crying or because you're mad or sad, we're going to pick up the same feelings that the people around us has. So a lot of times it's predicated on the circumstance and the environment, the way that you feel, right? Take yourself out of that environment and you go to a whole different field. Would you think and feel the same as you do in this environment? Most likely not. But, after further investigating and communicating with my higher self and my spirit, man, I'm so happy. I'm even more connected, right? And that was 2 months ago, Zodo, and they had a celebration for Zoe. Like they had, balloons at the house, and it was raining too. Surprisingly, they had balloons at the house, and they just lifted them up into the sky in celebration in honor of Zodo. But after that, a couple days, maybe like a week or so later, I find out that my uncle transcended. He moved on to the other side. He transitioned, and this was my uncle on my mom's side, her mom's family. And I'm going to just let you guys know a story that my mom told me. And I have a great memory, so I remember a lot of stories in which she used to, like, I wouldn't see him. I haven't seen him very often because he and his family live out in the country. And so what my mom said, she said, whenever we go see him, it's like he always asks me, where Jaden at? What Jaden doing? How Jaden? That's the first couple things that he asked my mom or my Mimo, right? And reflecting back on our relationship, family's everything. We can't hide, we can't run, we shouldn't run from our DNA, right? Our genetic code is our genetic code. That's just inevitable. That's like you waking up and knowing that you are black. Like that's just, you are black. Unless you go through some physical changes on your own, you are that. You are white, you are Mexican, you are that. I just was reflecting on our relationship and our time that we shared. And, I had a cousin who I am very similar to energetically, right? With my childlike nature and the way that I am, the way that I express myself to other people, kids, adults, teachers, parents, girls. Like, we're very similar in this regard, very, very friendly, very personable and open, noble, right? And so when my uncle, he wanted the same exact thing times 30, times 40, times 50 that he wanted for my cousin. I'm not my cousin, but he's seen things in me as a kid that was very similar to my cousin, who also passed away when I was a kid. And he was a tall, lanky nigga, funny as hell, basketball player. Like he always kept the basketball in my hand. His name was 𝗟𝗓𝗨. He always kept the basketball in his hand. And that was, ultimately, as a kid, where I got that knack for dribbling, shooting, just, being around the house and kicking the ball off the wall and stuff, right? It was naturally from him, being around him so much. And that was back to back in the same month. And then I'm going to say it was this month. It was in November. There was a message that I got from my mom. And it was in a family group text. And she said, hey, y'all, just found out today that our grandma, it's her grandma, but we all call her grandma, right? She was my great grandma, my mom's grandma, right? So she says, hey, y'all, we found out that grandma had passed today. And before I received that text, transparency and honesty, right? A couple days later, because I have the car that she used to drive. She hit a tree. She hit a couple trees, I think. She got in a wreck. Somebody hit her. She hit somebody. She got traumatized from driving. Now, this woman transcended and transitioned on to the other side at 96. 96 years of existence. And I'm from New Orleans. She from New Orleans. Like the history, like she made dolls with her bare hands that she used to every single day sell at the French market. In the French Quarter, she used to every day sell these. And she had a dog, Bingo. Like, I still got some of Bingo's hair in my car that I just can't ever get out. So before I got that message from my mom, I had this, I'm very spiritually, emotionally, tapped in, right? And so I was driving around and I got something in my heart that was like, yeah, like it's time. And she was already at the age and stage where she didn't recall the names of her, her grandchildren. Her sister passed away, but nieces and nephews and stuff like that. And her son was taking care of her. And there was like a caregiver that came through the house every once in a while and that stayed with him. But, I went to go talk to my grandpa. I went to go talk to him. And of course, they're at the same house. So she was inside in a reclining chair. You know how old folks do, old black folks do. They kind of sit in the screen door. She had like a regular door, then a screen door. And she like sat at the reclining chair that was directly looking at all the cars and the driveway and the garden by the screen door, right? So she could see everything. And there was the TV she was looking at too. And I'm talking to him for like an hour and some change. And then I'm we just chopping it up. And I go in, I'm like, let me go say what's up to grandma. I go in there, say what's up to grandma. She go, hey, she real New Orleans. Hey, what's up, baby? And she's still talking. She's trying to get up. Grandma, sit down. Sit down, grandma. She moving and grooving, man. To the end. Still trying to work, still trying to move and groove, still trying to pump and like, grandma, sit down, relax, baby, But she said to me, hey, baby, I see your spirit. What? And I didn't tell nobody this until the repast that was last week. I told my grandpa. And he was eating. Like he's seen a ghost, right? So back to back to back. They do say death comes in threes, right? So if somebody were to ask me right now, I'm sure some of y'all out there thinking or having this experience happen right now. We are in the end times, guys. We are in the golden age of consciousness. I need y'all to understand that. How are you feeling? In reflection, how am I feeling? How are you feeling? We're each other's reflection, right? I am so grateful for the love and consciousness that I am in divinely. You understand that? You understand that? Divinely, I am ordained to in this moment, I am ordained to understand and overstand the frequency of Zodo, the frequency of my uncle, and the frequency of my grandma. There was a reason why she gave me the car. She could have gave it to anybody else. There was a reason why she gave me the car. And it's not to have, this godly image of oneself, not to strung up your egoic egotistical image of oneself. No, it's none of that. It is, I was placed in a certain wrapping in my grandma's heart, in these people's hearts, for me to run with the torch and continue on. So to say all of that is to say that I am transmuting all energy that is going to the upliftment, uprisal, and empowerment of myself, my family, my tribe, y'all, consciousness, the universe, everything. So and I didn't plan this. I did not plan this. I did not plan this. It was a Thursday when I got that message from my mom. That Friday, or excuse me, it was a Friday. Yes, it was last Friday. Last Friday was the repast, was the funeral. I don't do funerals, but I went to the repast, showed my face, seen cousins, relatives, all of that. It was amazing. But that same week, what did my spirit and my soul start telling me? Get more prepared. You thought you was ready? You thought you knew some shit? No, you don't. Get more prepared. Get more eager to learn. Because you know what you know. But a dummy is going to consistently lean on what they know and not lean on the unknown. The wise lean on the unknown because they trust. They're ready for the risk. They're ready to pass the torch and carry it to, right? So I'm waking up at 5 a.m., 5:15, 5:30 every single day. Meditating. Going for my walk, stretching, yoga. I'm out the door, 5:45, 5:50, at the gym, before 6 a.m. I'm starting my days how I used to. I'm starting my days how I used to start them whenever I was in the beginning stages of my career, my takeoff, my flight. I didn't plan it, y'all. I did not plan it. I had a couple dreams, I had a couple visions, and I said, it's time to go. Because now I have 3, plus Miss Tracy. Shout out Miss Tracy, I love you. 4 spirit guides watching me, guiding me, and aiding me, assisting me through this next breakthrough of life, this next breakthrough of awareness. How grateful can I be? How narcissistic would I be to, and it happens, right? That's why they say in the Bible, lean not onto one's own understanding. Do not worship flesh. When you consistently do that and you worship man, you listen to what man says, guess what happens? You become led astray. You become led astray. So what I did was I transmuted and transferred all energy that is here for me to embrace, keep the bones down here, and take the fuel, take the meat, take the skin, and let it shoot me to the next level. How grateful can I be? How grateful, if you are in this position right now in life, you must listen to the great moments. Listen to them. Don't even feel them. Just listen as they come in your mind. Listen to them. Because the opposite's going to come as well. Embrace it. But would you listen to, and I'm not shitting on and downplaying nobody who is homeless, because I've talked to a lot. I've skipped school to talk to a lot of them. But just for this sake, would you speak to or would you listen to a homeless person on how to buy properties? On how to buy homes? What's the first step into buying homes? Buying real estate? You just hear them because they want to get some shit off their chest. You just hear them. Difference between listening and hearing somebody. Okay? You embrace the opposite. You don't take it in as your own. You just embrace it. And that's what I've been doing ever since that moment. Even before the moment, it's like I'm already in 2025 gear. I'm already there. But we must not get hype off the landing. We got to get hype for just being there, for just being able to do it. Oh yeah, I'm finna jump off this shit. I'm finna kill this. You're not listening to the instructor tell you what to do. So it will prevent you from hurting yourself, having a accidental cause, right? They're telling you be cautious about these things whenever you see them about to jump out the fucking plane. Oh yeah, bro. Hey, I'm vlogging. Hey, man, I'm finna jump out this shit, man. Niggas can't see me, boy. I'm looking cool and smooth in this thing. You're not listening. When you're flying, how many people actually listen to the flight attendants when they're in the front and in the middle of, by the exit of the airplane, in the aisle, when they're doing the mask? Make sure you put your mask on first, how to, put it on, boom, snap it. You put your mask on first before you worry about anybody else in times of need. What you do to the seatbelt, like, how many people actually listen? So, that is where I have been. My sleeping schedule is so different. My high energy frequency levels are earlier than later now. Like, no more 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. shit. Like, after I leave the gym at like 7, maybe 8. I mean, yesterday I killed my chest, but I left the gym at about, 10:30 almost. And I was there at 7. I did like 200, 300 plus reps of chest. Crazy. But, I'm getting my high energy sparks around 10 a.m., 11, 12, 1, and then we're streaming, or we're even streaming before that. Like, we're there, y'all. Get there. When the time is needed for you to change, you're going to change. You are going to change, I'm telling you. And when you do, embrace it. When it's apparent to you, change it. It's mandatory. It's mandatory. You cannot grow if you don't know. You must change or you will stay the same. That's just how the world works. You will either evolve or you will implode. That's it and that's all. Or we could say you will evolve or you will explode. But not in the ideal of blowing up. Like you're going to jump from this life to a new life, to a new island, to a new country. That's not going to happen. You're just going to bring those same ideals and those same habits and behaviors to the next chapter that you go to. Is that evolving? Is that changing? No, that's just changing your state. How you really do it is change your mind state, change your frequency state. What you do frequently is your frequency. That's what that is. And eliminating most distractions. Because we're not going to eliminate all. That's evident. That's clear. It's going to be there forever. Even when we're long gone, it's going to be another stronger, potent distraction that is there for the generation under us. And then under them, and then under them. So, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for, paying attention to your life, and those who support JB and this vision and the fam, those who support everything that's going on here. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. We're about to hit our 5-year anniversary streaming, making content, posting videos. So damn grateful. Heart is just full whenever I even say shit like that, you know? So grateful, but just know that you are a believer of oneself. You are a supporter of oneself. Look at this guy right here. Must I say more? I love y'all so much. Make sure you continuously take care of yourself. Stay focused. Just be simple. Eliminate most distractions so you become a threat. Change your behaviors to change your life. Change your behaviors, change your habits to change your mindset, to change your frequency, to change your life. I love y'all, man, dearly. Y'all take care. It's JB, and I'm out.